Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, I'm gonna give you the truth or a little bit of a warning about Tesla trade-in, the trade-in process, and what are some things you need to be aware about if you're trying to get out of your vehicle into a brand new Tesla, especially with values and everything like that. And I'll also give you my recommendations as where if you are trying to get the maximum value for your trade-in vehicle, where you can actually go. So we're going to get to that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it. And today's live stream is partnered with Jowa, where you can get accessories for all your Tesla vehicles, including the brand new Juniper that has confirmed test fit, like phone mount and center consoles, but more on that later. And so here's the truth of Tesla trade-ins. And I'm just going to hit it right on the head. When you place an order for a Tesla vehicle, yes, you can go ahead and try and put in a trade-in vehicle. There's even a trade-in page with the Tesla ordering and everything. But the biggest thing, my biggest warning to everybody out there, because you might get a post like this, or you might get a screenshot like this, where it gives you the value of whatever the vehicle is. So like this one, Truth Seeker put in here 2023 Tesla Model 3, and the value is $24,900. But the biggest thing with this is that these values fluctuate, and this is really only if you're basically going to be taking delivery of a Model 3 like that same day, or maybe even that week. Sometimes they even put conditions like 7 days or even 5 days. Tesla doesn't really give you any sort of expiration. And I've certainly seen tons of posts where people are upset, like they place an order for a Model 3 and then 30 days later the vehicle comes in, but values and markets and everything change over the course of that 3 to 4 to whatever how long it takes to get there. And so Tesla doesn't lock in any of this, and they kind of say a little bit of this. Estimation is not guaranteed and may differ from your final offer. Terms and conditions apply. But the one thing that is a benefit through Tesla trade-ins is they're pretty lax. Like Tesla is not like other dealerships or dealerships where they have to turn around and sell that vehicle on their retail floor or whatever. And so I've definitely been to a car sale or a trade-in for the Model 3 where I went to go to a Model 3 delivery, and the trade-in, they didn't even look at it at all. They just said, okay, cool, this is the keys, great, we'll just take it. And I mean, they're sending all these to auction anyway. So that could be a big benefit for trade-in, especially if you are in a state. The other thing that you need to take a look at is if you're in a state where you do get a trade-in tax credit, where you only pay the difference in sales tax between the two vehicles. So let's say you're buying a $40,000 Model Y and you're trading in a $20,000 Honda Civic. You would only be paying on the difference, which is the $20,000 in difference for the sales tax instead of the $40,000. So there's plenty of states that are out there that have a trade-in tax credit of sorts like that. Well, for one thing, I know a lot of you are watching from California. California, to my knowledge, does not have a trade-in sales tax. So sorry for that. In terms of what my recommendations are for if you want the maximum value, I really like Car Buyer USA as a good guideline, because you can literally put in like the same type of vehicle or any vehicle that you're looking to trade in. So let's go ahead and put in this Model 3 all-wheel drive. I think it had like, how many miles did it have on it? Actually, we have no idea, but let's just put in like a 20,000 miler Model 3, where that's 2,000 miles. And you can see how it is very easy just to put in some sort of value. And you can see $25,676,000. So pretty much they're going to be the same. If not, these other third-party sites like Carvana, CarMax are going to give you probably a better offer than Tesla trade-in, but Tesla trade-in could be higher or lower depending. But my favorite is trying to find like the used car lots, as long as they have good reviews, the on the corner or different car dealerships that only sell used cars, especially if they can focus on Tesla, they will also be able to beat these offers more times than less. And if you're in the Tennessee area, hit up our friend Chip at Hybrid and Electric Car Sales. He's definitely looking to buy any Tesla vehicle from you as well, or any electric vehicle, or any vehicle for that matter. But that's like the truth of selling a vehicle to Tesla. I don't want you to get into the trap where you place a deposit on a Tesla vehicle, and the vehicle, especially like the rear-wheel drive right now, the Model 3 rear-wheel drive and the Model Model Y rear-wheel drive, those are two vehicles that have the longest wait time at the moment. And if the value on day one says 24,900, as we can see on the screen, but then it takes 1 month to actually get here, that value will 99% of the time change, 99% of the time change for the different changes and everything with that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. There's also different limitations with like the transferring the full self-driving. Like if you're transferring and selling a vehicle that has Tesla and you transfer the full self-driving off of it, the vehicle then loses its value. So you get less trade-in as well. And so certainly there's different TOS things that you have to kind of take a look at it with selling vehicles to Tesla and everything. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. In other news, it seems like a lot of people might be abusing this 48-hour demo test drive that was released on Tesla's website. Here's a screenshot of someone, I guess, booking a bunch of Model 3 and Model Y 48-hour test drives. I mean, I imagine they're not going to actually approve all these, and they'll probably do a scrub within the system and actually delete all of these from this person's account and everything. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Now that you've bought your Tesla or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And you know these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. And on top of that, if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon group down below. And or if you want to ask me a question one-on-one, get customized support. I respond to all messages in the Patreon app, so you can definitely take a look at it down below in the description. And thank you to all the Patreon members in the past and in the future. And on top of that, you know, there is that full self-driving transfer program that's happening right now. And I have a way to get you half off of full self-driving if you're buying a brand new Tesla. So definitely hit me up in the Patreon and I'll give you the exact keys and everything. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. Sleepy, which front mesh grill cover go do you use? Which front mesh grill cover brand do you use? Front mesh? Like the area? I don't use any actually. I don't think if you're talking about the one I think you're talking about where it like changes the bumper and makes it look like a grill, I don't know if I really like that style. Maybe it's a different one you're talking about with this. In this next topic, there is a $250 electric vehicle federal fee that is in the One Big Beautiful bill, and it completely makes no sense. Let's go through some of the math and the analysis, because if you're buying an electric vehicle, you're actually already paying more taxes and maybe even registration fees depending on where you're at. So we did a quick analysis. If you don't know what's going on here, in the One Big Beautiful bill that just passed the House of Representatives, not only is it killing the $7,500 federal tax credit on the new side and the $4,000 used EV tax credit, it adds a $250 federal annual electric vehicle fee, and or even $100 for hybrids. This is a new fee to pay for federal roads or whichever it may be, but essentially it's going to be added to electric vehicles if you own one at $250 a year. And here's why that doesn't necessarily make sense, because the whole reasoning with this is because electric vehicles don't pay gas, and within gas there is a gas tax that pays for some of the roads, and of course we don't fill gas, and on average this seems to be about 30 cents per gallon. So if you did the math, someone paying $250 in gas tax could actually be driving around 23,000 miles a year. So you can see this would be charging a lot more mileage for people that drive electric vehicles, when we know that people that drive electric vehicles also drive even less. So certainly this is a very interesting and it doesn't make any sense at all. On top of that, we already pay electricity tax through our utilities for electric vehicles. And on top of that, there's plenty of states already. I had no idea this list was this long, but there are states, including California and other places, that already add an electric vehicle registration fee, whether it's at the time of registering or even on a yearly fee as well. Like we can see California 175, Georgia 210 to 316, Ohio $200, Texas on here $200. You can see the list, I bet, is even growing as well. And so if you stack that plus the 250 plus this, it's not killing the savings of gas versus electric, but it certainly is eating way more into it. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. What do you think about this $250 electric vehicle fee, the federal fee, and what do you think we'll be doing? And hopefully it'll be taken off of the one big beautiful bill as it goes through the Senate and everything like that. But one thing's for sure, if you're buying a new Tesla, it does not come with this, and that's a set of all-weather floor mats. My favorite set so far right now is a set by 3W Liners, and I've tried all the different floor mats that are out there, 3D Mats USA, Tasmanian, and a bunch of Amazon ones, and by far, these are going to be my favorite set. I've got them in our Model X, Model 3, Model Y, and also Cybertruck as well. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, not only will you save 25% off and get a set under $100, you'll support the channel as well. So definitely check out our partner 3W Liner floor mats down below in the description, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks to everyone. Good evening, U-Haul. Thanks for coming in. I know it's a little bit early for everybody, so thank you all for dropping by, and hopefully all of you are having a great Memorial Day weekend as well. MMA, do you think we'll see 0% on the Model Y in the coming months? I would say yes, high chance. I mean, maybe by the middle of Q3, definitely by Q4, but also depends. Like, we need to really see what's going to be happening with this 7,500, because if it passes the Senate, I think the date or time frame they're saying is July 4th. That could change a lot of different people's time frames, and maybe there will be natural demand where we won't see as many Model Ys in inventory anymore. And so that could switch the timeline and demand for everything happening in the near future. U-Haul, I pay $200 EV state fee. Infrastructure doesn't pay for itself. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I certainly agree. And that's why a lot of these different states have ramped up and added a fee, but maybe it's like the federal side that's not getting their cut as well. And I mean, there's also been this argument I've seen where electric vehicles could be heavier, so they weigh more on tires, they weigh more on like the roads, and so the roads need to be repaired more. And so I certainly get it. We have to pay our fair share in some sorts, but I guess make it fair maybe at the end of the day. Yep, Oregon got me. Yeah, 100%. There's extra fees depending on where you're at. In this next topic, we've got this Model S and Model X refresh that's on the way, but there has been another spotting of a Model X. Not only is there a brand new color, but now we've got new rims as well. Techie Danny posted this, and they spotted it in Monterey. And look at this. Look at these interesting rims. They definitely look very different from the ones before, and even from the ones that we spotted like last week. And so I know this color actually is growing on me. It seems to be darker than Glacier Blue, more maybe even luxurious of sorts. This one also, we can't see if it has like the front bumper camera on it, but we've got a nice little vertical video of the new Model X and everything. We're just assuming it's the refresh, but I mean, you can see in the middle area, it's been covered up as well. So maybe this is the new Model X, and they've got new blade covers on the wheels on top of that. And so this might be, oh, actually, no, there it is. There's the front bumper cam on the front lower area of the Model X. So that really shows that we're getting a front bumper cam on Model S, Model X, Model Y, and also Cybertruck as well. Just missing one vehicle at this point, just the Model 3. And we've got some interior pictures. They tried to hide it and cover it. Maybe there's more that is hiding underneath all of this, that there's going to be features on the new Model X as it comes out. Pretty funny to see them cover it with like a moving blanket of sorts. And then we got better pictures of the rims here. It seems like it has some caps on the top, maybe to add more range and efficiency of sorts. And then we've got this rear side as well. Yeah, I would agree. This is more of like a steel blue type of color instead of glacier blue. And so we'll really need to see what actually happens when it gets released, and maybe it's going to be coming out in this near future. I mean, we're starting to see more and more of this, and I feel like Tesla only does this for a reason. They do it because they want it to be seen more, build more excitement, and so that it actually gets released and maybe in the next week or two or three or something of that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Jim, I just bought a Cybertruck with your referral. Thanks, Dennis. No, thank you, Jim. Congrats on your purchase. Hopefully, maybe you're doing the lease buyout. And if you're watching and you don't know what Jim's talking about, definitely, if you're going to be buying a Model 3 or Model Y or any Tesla vehicle, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. So you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. And on top of that, don't forget about the America's Heroes incentive, $1,000 that you can stack on top of that. There are plenty of incentives currently at the moment, but you do have to, finagle to figure out which ones apply to you. The one thing I'm wondering though, I imagine you can't, but I bet you can't do Lyft 2000 plus the America's Heroes plus the referral code. I bet the Lyft 2000 and the America's Heroes doesn't stack in that type of form, but either of them definitely do stack with the Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. In this next topic, I know we talk about Tesla a lot, but Rivian has plenty of incentives at the moment. So if you're looking at buying a Rivian R1S or R1T, here is the full list of everything. Rivian 1T posted this list here, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So I tried to figure out and do more research on it to see. And yes, there is a $7,500 electric vehicle lease credit. You must lease it and either keep the lease or buy it out. It's kind of the same situation though. The interest rate of that lease, when I took a look at it pretty recently, it is much higher than financing. $2,000 Memorial Day savings. That's a new one that just started. $500 gear credit, shop credit if you use a Rivian referral code, just like the one down below in the description. They've got the 65 Nothing But Adventure lease offer or the $3,000 electric refresh offer. It seems like a lot of these do stack, but you can only stack like the 7,500. Shout out to Chris for posting this. 7,500 plus the 65 or 3,000 plus 2,000 officially. Some people get salespeople to stack the 2,000 with the 7,000 plus the 65. That is, I mean, how much in savings is that right there? Probably close to like 15,000. If you want a sales to do that, talk to sales or DM Chris Hilbert to try and get that done for you. And so plenty of incentives across all electric vehicles if you're looking to get one. And that's kind of the issue at the moment. I feel like once you get past like a 70, 80, maybe even once you get past like a 60K electric vehicle pricing, it starts to get a lot more, there's a lot more competition in that space. And that buyer maybe is more pickier and has more options for them to really be more selective of what they want to buy. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. So congrats on buying your Tesla, or you're about to just buy your Tesla. But now here's the second most exciting part. That's accessories. And there's a ton of accessories out there, probably even way too much. And I try and bucket it into the top 3 accessories that you can get. And that's going to be phone mounts, all-weather floor mounts, and center consoles. A good set of all-weather floor mounts is probably my #1 recommendation. And I've got a bunch of links and discount codes to all the accessories that I recommend down below in the description and on our best deal spreadsheet on page 2. Check out this one from Jawa that we use on all of our Teslas, linked down below, or their center console, which I also use on all of our Teslas as well. A must-have because Tesla doesn't come with a center console. But my #1 accessory I recommend is going to be all-weather floor mats, and I bucket it from 3 different options: good, better, and best. The good ones are going to be the ones that you find on Amazon. Better is going to be the ones from like Tasmanian. But my favorite, all-time favorite that we have on our Model X and Model 3 Performance currently is going to be a set of all-weather floor mats by 3W Liners. If you use our promo code down below in the description, you'll find that the price of these floor mats are pretty in line with some of the other ones at a much higher quality material. So thank you to everybody that's used our links to support the channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Phil, what are your chances of 0% APR in the Model Y real-world drive? It's a good question. Let's take a look at the Model Y real-world drive. I feel like I haven't built one in a bit now. And so, of course, they did recently change this to $459 a month with $1,000 down, but it's really essentially the same offer as before. I mean, I could easily see them changing the lease offer in June because it has nothing to do with the 1.99, or maybe do they add on 1.99 to the rear wheel drive because right now you can't get it on the rear wheel drive. In terms of, yeah, this is what I'm looking for to see if the ETA for vehicles to get on lots for this is 3.5 weeks, and it actually still is. But you know what I've also noticed is they added this vehicle view inventory now, but I imagine, yeah, that's what I thought. As I figured they're only showing the all-wheel drives that you can take delivery today. Of course, the rear-wheel drives are still 3 to 5 weeks out. 5 weeks out. I feel like it's been 5 weeks out for like a week or two. And so this is what we need to see for any sort of deals that happen with the rear-wheel drive. We need to see vehicles actually being delivered, like customer deliveries, or we need to see them in inventory available for people to buy. Once we see that, then there might be any sort of chance of 0% APR happening on the rear-wheel drive. And so we're probably at least 2 months out at this point. And so, which that means like we're May 26th, June, July. Yeah, which makes me believe there's going to be a lot more deals in quarter 3 at this point. XOF, hey Dennis, is there any truth to the Model 3 refresh? We're interested in the integrator stock, resolving the ambient lighting issue, and worth waiting or get a Model 3 now. I would say, I mean, if you like 0% financing, because when the new Model 3 refresh comes out, we're probably not going to have that 0% financing right away. It's going to take like a month or two, maybe even 3 months after it gets released. Because, yeah, I would say there could be some of these refresh things that are coming to the Model 3, like turn signal, and also definitely the front camera. We could easily see that. Rarely, RC, thanks for coming in. Rarely will you ever get a better trade in on your car at a dealer. Take your car to CarMax, Carvana, and get an idea what the value of your trade is worth, and then sell it yourself. Yeah, forgot to even mention that. That's a good point, RC. Like Facebook Marketplace, Cars.com, all of these sites are good, and really, you'll be able to optimize to maybe get like another $1,000 to $3,000 more as long as you've got a good buyer. But be careful of scammers out there as well. There's people that will show up with fake cashier's check. And so certainly I would only take cash if I was selling a car with title in hand and everything like that. LG, looking at the new Model Y rear-wheel drive, would you recommend it, especially with the deals? Right now, not at the moment. If there is deals on it, like 0% or other than that, then yeah, I would say it's a good build. If I were to do it again, I might even get a rear-wheel drive because we never really use all-wheel drive. So it could be a range benefit to get the rear-wheel drive and just go for the maximum range. Bought mine off of Craigslist, U-Haul. Yeah, 100%. As long as you know what you're doing, because nowadays with the sophistication of scams can get pretty high. We've even like seen where people sell vehicles with fake titles now or altered titles. And so I don't want you wasting your money. And that's really where buying from a dealership or buying from Tesla could make more sense because I'd hate for you to lose any of the money. I'm not saying like going to go support dealerships, but for protection, it is sometimes your safest bet. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.